FIA announced that Red Bull had been found guilty of a £1.9 million breach of the cost cap for the 2021 season. The FIA revealed the penalties not long after, and the severity of the penalties has forced Red Bull to take some actions.
I want to talk about Formula One, the single greatest sport in the history of man. But that's not what this video is about. I want to talk about Red Bull and how they're done.
They're going to be at the center of the attention, especially from Ferrari, who has already accused Red Bull of breaching the 2022 cap so early in the season. According to Matteo Binotto, there isn't a way that a team can implement so many upgrades through a season and still remain within the budget cap, and if that was the case with Ferrari, they wouldn't be able to do the same as Red Bull. This came after Red Bull announced that they plan on implementing a new monocoque from the Singapore GP that will make the car lighter by 5 kilograms. There is an aspect that Red Bull has struggled with a lot in 2022, and according to Binotto, he has no idea where Red Bull found the financial fundings for a project like this. I myself have no idea what they're doing, whether they have a lighter chassis or not, but the budget cap is always a concern. In addition to technical and sporting regulations, we also have to deal with financial regulations, and that can also cause differences between the teams purely by how those regulations are interpreted. We need a strong FIA who is on top of this, because otherwise those rules are not fair and equal for everyone. But as I said, I can't judge Red Bull's lighter chassis and whether they have it or not, but I do know that Ferrari couldn't do that because of the budget cap, said Binotto, who continued to speak about the other team's possibility to do what Red Bull has done, adding, "I would be very surprised if another team turns out to be able to do that, and if it is, then we come back to the regulations. Are they fair enough? Do they seem equal enough for everyone? And is it adequately monitored? These are big question marks. The rules are still very new and are only checked by a small number of people, so that has to be improved with a view to the future. It would be a bad thing if the championship is determined by financial regulations and not through technological battle," finished Binotto. However, according to Red Bull, they used the money from the financial boost of the FIA, more precisely 50% of that money went into building the new monocoque. This means that one monocoque costs $1 million, and given the fact that they built 2 of those, that means that 2 out of the $4 million in help went to this innovation. However, we are 100% certain that those parts are not cheap, and that the innovation itself isn't something that can be brought for a small amount of money. With that being said, Red Bull does have some explaining to do when it comes to where their money went.
Tomorrow is the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. And in the sprint today, looks like Mercedes is going to be 1-2. The reality is, it took Red Bull fucking years to catch Mercedes. It took Mercedes less than a year to catch Red Bull. Next year's going to suck for Max Verstappen fans. I'm just saying. And right as it should be. Because now, it turns out, that Red Bull, much like Ferrari a couple years ago, may have been skirting the rules a bit. I can't help but notice that just as it came out that questions were being asked, their car seems to not be as fast.
The real effect of the FIA's punishment will be felt next season, but the Red Bull team was forced to suspend some of their upgrade plans when the investigation into their finances started this season after the Singapore Grand Prix. It was revealed that the Red Bull team had been planning on introducing a few updates to their car, the RB18, for the final few races of the season. Although the team's chief technical officer Rob Marshall had revealed after the Singapore Grand Prix that a major upgrade for the 2022 season has ended, they had hoped to do a few tests ahead of the 2023 season. Unfortunately, they had to put the tests on hold and could not carry out minimal upgrades. Red Bull supposedly hoped to try out a lighter chassis, which ran some crash tests during the summer break, and they had also planned to try out innovative side pods along with other upgrades on the bottom of the car.
I don't know what it means, and I'm not here to speculate. But Mercedes will be the champion next year. Red Bull, They might be third. Remember that I said that. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal. Most of my videos aren't about this. Check them out, though. You might not think they suck. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Y'all take it easy.